South African Federation of Trade Unions, Saftu for short, says the stagnation and decline of the GDP will lead to an economic crash. The latest GDP contraction has put the spotlight on the labour market. The poor performance is visible in the manufacturing, agriculture and mining, including the quarrying industries. Let's get more reaction now on these latest GDP figures from Saftu spokesperson Trevor Shaku, who talks to us via the virtual platform. Mr. Shaku, thank you very much for your time. Let's get your reaction to the dismal showing in the second quarter of the gross domestic product.
Thank you for having us, Xoli. The South African Federation of Trade Unions is not surprised by the contraction in the GDP for quarter two of 2022. We have said even in the past two quarters, the fourth quarter of 2021 and the first quarter of 2022, where we have seen a positive growth. And we warned at the time that this would be short-lived, because the tendency of the capitalist development is usually characterized by declines and growth either in a short period or in a longer period. And in this case, the indicators have already and were already there, because if you look at the government's commitment to neoliberal austerity budget itself would have been one indicator which would have indicated already that we're going to see contractions in the future, but also the increases in the interest rates in the past period, 3 times in the past 9 months, which in my view and in the view of the South African Federation of Trade Unions is also going to contribute to the contractions and the declines in the economic production. And as a result, the indicators for us have always been there. And we are unfortunately living the consequences of the economic and fiscal policy decisions which have been taken by the ANC government in the past period.
The biggest worry, though, now, Trevor, particularly from economists, is that if the third quarter also sees a contraction, then we are into a technical recession. Do you think that your members that you represent can afford that or can live through that technical recession?
We do not think they would be able to live through that technical recession on 2 levels. The first level is in as far as affordability is concerned, but secondly is also in relation to jobs. One, in as far as affordability is concerned, the increases, for instance, in the interest rates, we would have warned a while back that they are making the financial liabilities held by these households and these workers more expensive. And as a result, this is the reason why they try by all means to shift the monies and their priority of expenditure from one basic good to another. And this GDP statistics, which was released yesterday, is actually giving a testimony to this particular analysis we would have made in the past. But secondly, in as far as jobs are concerned, you are already in an economy which has been shedding jobs, but also has been transforming the nature of work and precarionizing most of the chunk of work that our members are doing. And in the precarionization of these industrial workers, of these service workers, you are now having a situation where the workers are suffering in as far as benefits are concerned. Workers are suffering in as far as even working conditions are concerned, but also the question of job security and wages. And these are the consequences which would continue to affect our people as more and more of our economy goes into recession. And the interest rates which have been passed, not only are they affecting our members, but also the very small businesses which are employing them. Remember, most of these businesses are financed through banks, through loans. And as a result, when this South African Reserve Bank increases its interest rates, it also makes it very difficult for these small businesses to be able to service their debt. As a result, it leads to default, and eventually they retrench because they cannot be able to sustain their businesses.
Saftu spokesperson Trevor Shaku, thank you very much for your thoughts.